this meme, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Steve, where it said, I woke up and I started burning sage to block out all negative energy around me, and then I knocked out. So you know already, it's you that is the negative energy in the room. Nobody don't do nothing.
Right,
Nobody is
right.
after you. You are the one standing in your own way.
I know that feeling. I know that
So,
feeling. Yes.
I
understand.
can just imagine when you wake up from that knockout and you be like, so all the time it's me.
It's me?
It's me.
Sarah, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about what Steve have an issue with. But Steve is not the only one. I know you guys guilty of it too. So we're going to talk about procrastination in the element of perfectionism.
Okay, so snap in on us. Let's go.
So when it comes to perfectionism, it is the unrealistic pursuit for you to get this job done. You need the task to be done flawlessly. That's what you have set in your mind, right? Like you just cannot make any mistakes whatsoever. So it literally needs to be just right. Everything has to be just right. Right time, right place, right temperature, right weather. Now let's be realistic. You see all the right sides in there? Right. That's wrong. Because no way you're going to have all these rights.
Right.
Telling ourselves waiting for the right time is the biggest lie that we'll tell ourselves that might never come. Let's be realistic. Life is going to keep life in.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't stop.
And it does not stop. So if you're thinking about waiting for the right time, that's that. You're not going to get anything done. And that's why you struggle with procrastination. So one of the big things with perfectionism is overthinking. So you're spending excessive time trying to make sure you have all what you need for you to start. Yeah, or like you feel Christmas is coming, I want to lose the weight. I will start working out after Christmas because after Christmas is the right time. Then after Christmas becomes New Year's, and then after New Year's becomes Independence, and after Independence becomes Easter, and then after Easter, when is the right?
A big shout out to my friends out there who have been saying every New Year's we're starting and we're changing our life.
Let me tell you.
Yes. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that anymore. We're starting today.
We're setting today. Another sign of perfectionism is that you feel like you cannot make any mistakes. Like if you make any mistakes, you'll be judged. Or you're afraid that it will fail. But then you wouldn't know unless you try. You haven't been trying yet, so how would we know if it fails or not? Sometimes the thing is a big success.
Right.
And you are the element standing in your way. There is this meme, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Steve, where it said, I woke up and I started burning sage to block out all negative energy around me, and then I knocked out. So you know already, it's you that is the negative energy in the room. Nobody don't do nothing. Nobody is after you. You are the one standing in your own way.
I know that feeling. I know that
So,
feeling. Yes.
I can just imagine when you wake up from that knockout and you be like, so all the time it's me.
It's me?
It's me.
Right.
Oh, we have the famous all or nothing mentality. So if I don't have everything, I will not start. So it's either all or nothing. Even if I have some pieces of the puzzle, I'm not going to try to even attempt because I figure I need everything. That will keep you in that procrastination loop, because chances are you might make it to 80, and 80 is a solid win. Not necessarily win in the aspect of you may not fail, but win in the aspect of that's enough for you to start. You have a solid 75. Why you need to get to the 100 for you to try to do everything? Another sign is excessive editing or like revising you feel unsatisfied. You do it, but you feel like you could have done more, you could have done better. You don't even allow yourself to celebrate what you have done.
Yes.
And we keep chasing the next thing and ensuring that it has to be perfect, that we're not even realizing that we are living up to some of the dreams that we have already written out. We are in some of our perfect times right now.
It's true.
We have hit some of those goals, and it's not in until you actually have like a conversation maybe with somebody else, or you really decide to sit and reflect and you realize, I did that. But you're so busy feeling so unsatisfied because for you, you understand, even if you wanted a sunny weather, it rained there. You got your degree. Because you couldn't maybe take a photo shoot that day because it was raining, you discredit the whole degree because everything has to be perfect in your mind.
Right.
Not realizing that you've done a lot of things. And I need us to have some, when it comes to perfection, even another way to counter that is to have some gratitude. So look at some of the things that you've done already, even if it looks messy to you. But chances are you'd realize that I actually did that. I did pull that off. It was a rough day, everything was going wrong, but then at the end of the day, there was something successful that did happen. Maybe not the way I wanted,
Right.
but I'm one step closer.
Mm-hmm.
Another sign of perfectionism is difficulty starting the task. So there we go, right back to procrastination, where you're avoiding it, you're stuck because you feel like, okay, I'm not feeling my best. I don't want to do this because I don't feel like. I feel like the feeling, not feeling, so it's just not going to happen. And all of us have a little bit of perfectionism in us. We do because I as well feel like if I'm doing something, I like to do it wholeheartedly.
Right.
Like I don't want to half it. I want to do it wholeheartedly. However, I've realized that there is no such thing as a perfect time. So I jump in. I do it messy. I do it stressed. I do it tired. But I tackle it.
Right.
I tackle it. So what I want us to do in terms of perfectionism for us to start seeing some results is to stop focusing on the outcome, because that's what gets us stuck into this glitter picture that we posted is what gets us stuck in perfectionism, because the situation sometimes doesn't play out that way and we feel like it has to look this way for it to be seen as a success. And that's not the case. Focus on the progress, focus on the process, focus on the steps. When you shift your mindset from that now, you're going to start acknowledging the things that you've been doing. You're going to be able to celebrate your small wins. You're going to realize that life is going to keep happening, that situations are going to come, but you are able to counter it. You are able to do a detour.
Right.
Yeah, so don't change the goal, just change the path that you took. But if you keep focusing on the goal alone and you only figure this is how it's supposed to happen, you're not going to see the other roads in front of you. You're going to just stand there and figure that you cannot get it done. And you're going to just procrastinate. But then when you focus on the progress and the steps that you have taken and realize that we are human at the end of the day and mistakes and situations and things do happen, we can always take a detour. We can always take another path. There's something that I always say is that not because you went backwards doesn't mean that you cannot go forward. Sometimes you go backwards and you get a clear view from what it is that was really happening. You know, you like things start to make sense to you. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're saying, it's not even a sense of like you're grateful for the bad thing that happened, but you're somewhat glad it happened because now you have a different perspective. Now you see things differently. You have a new idea from what it is that you wanted to do. So what I want us also is to start focusing on the progress. Another thing is to set realistic goals.
Right.
And when I say realistic goals, to your lifestyle. I cannot set the same goals that Steve is setting. Steve and I live in two different lifestyles, so I cannot follow the goals that she has set for herself.
Right.
So, a dream big, always, but give yourself a realistic timestamp to actually get it done where you're not under pressure, because our immediate default reset is when we're under pressure is to give up. To give up, to finish with that, to say you see that too stressed.
Oh yeah,
that too hard. Let me tell you, I finished with that. I finished with that. I finished with that.
You know, okay. So earlier you mentioned someone who might want to lose weight.
Right.
Right. And now I find this very very relatable because, okay, I have gotten to a point where I decided, okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to work out. Mm-hmm. And like for an entire week, right. I am awake by 4 a.m. and hey, mm-hmm. I'm doing is hello cardio. Let me tell you, a seasoned gymnast have nothing on me because I in that. I always listen. I'm all in and I'm going.
The girl is her own personal trainer. Big up Steven one time there.
And then imagine I would probably sleep in one of the days. Like I just did not wake up on time. Mm-hmm. And then it would just throw me off completely and I'm just like, okay, that's it. I finish with that. I'll start again next week. I'll go in next week. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and then guess what happened?
Then next week turns to another week.
Yeah. I'm so tired this week. I cannot do it this week. I'll do it next week. This morning, it's raining. It's raining this morning. Nah, man. I cannot go outside. So, you know, and I did not plan to work out inside, so I'll not bother to work out inside. But, you know, if it's raining tomorrow morning, I'll work out inside, you know, so I'll set up myself. But then, yeah,
and then it happened to be sunny, and then you say, but I programmed to work out inside for the rain, so now that it's sunny, I'm not ready to be outside. Yeah. Realize that all of that is we just want that hamster wheel running in
over and over. And then we're never actually reaching that goal. We're never actually getting there. Yeah.
So whatever goal right now that you figure you need to get the right time for, because that's the biggest lie that we tell ourselves, I want you all to jump in on that goal. Watch that perfect setting, that Cinderella story that you have for that goal there, and let's bring it down a notch. Let's not focus on the outcome, but the process for us to get there. Okay, so what do I need to do today that will get me to, you understand, this, even if I'm not in the mood, even if I'm tired, even if it's like it's raining, it's sunny, kind of give yourself like a backup just in case, and just celebrate that small win when it happens. There's also something that we use in coaching called the 80-20 rule, or even the 70% rule, right? So for the 80-20 rule is you somewhat focus on the 20% that can give you maximum of your returns. So for example, let's say for working out, right, the 5 days a week you were on your you were doing it, Steve, you were there, but realistically that 5 days a week might not be something that you can maintain. Right, 5 days a week, an hour, that's 5 hours in the week that you're trying to devote. You might not be able to do that. But if we're looking at the 80-20 rule to see where we can maximize the most of what we can get done, 3 days a week of an hour and a half will give you the same results. And then those 3 days a week allows for you to not beat yourself up, not to feel shitty, not to feel like you make mistakes, not to feel like people judge you and say, the girl starts with all that first, and watch her now. She's not even, you understand? You started that big bang without you actually disappointing yourself, because there are 7 days in the week. So if you give yourself the 3 days, you cater almost for like anything that can happen. So, okay, it decides to rain. You start working Sunday, your day off would be Monday. So you're doing Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So let's say Sunday, you good. Monday is your rest day. Tuesday, it starts to rain. You can be like, all right, you can either decide you want to work out at home, or you figure Thursday you would start, but you're not off your schedule, because then you can do Thursday, then you do Friday, and then you can do Saturday, and boom, you do your 3 days, you know. Actually, no, you could do Thursday, and then you could do Saturday, and you do your 3 days because you did the Sunday already, and your week resets again the next Sunday.
Right.
So at the end of the week, you don't feel like a failure because you actually completed whatever it is that you wanted to do. So with perfectionism, it's all about having a maximum goal and a minimum goal. So that way you're not focusing only on the maximum outcome and how this whole thing has to be pictured. You give yourself a minimum goal. And that is where you'll keep the momentum. I can guarantee you, you go from 5 days a week to 3 days a week, you will be exercising way longer, Steve. Way, way, way longer. Because you catering for days where shit happens, because shit does happen. It does, and that's the truth. It does. We literally cannot control those things. Some things will just not go our way for a certain day, but then we can afford to do a reset and start the next day. It will not throw us off because we give ourselves a practical time to get that done. So that's focusing on the progress. That also ties into setting realistic goals. I always tell my clients that minimum goal, maximum goal, because you have your circle of control. We're trying to make sure we don't throw you off your course.
Right.
Because if you figure every day you have to do the 5 days, every week you have to do the 5 days a week, and you miss one day and then you figure you'll start next week, that next week not going to happen. Versus you told yourself, okay, this week we are working out 3 days a week. You can give yourself a step-by-step day plan, or whatever time in the week you figure works for you, you make sure you get your 3 days in before the week resets. You will feel so much better and so much more proud of yourself. And I can say, boy, I had a rough week here, but I managed to exercise. This is feeling good. This is looking good. You understand? So even in all that chaos, you have this. Also, in terms of there's a 70% rule where you try to get at least 70% of whatever it is that you need to get done. So you don't even focus on the full 100. So you, in terms of the 70%, let's say there's like maybe like a project that you're working on, and there is some things that you may need to order to get it done, and you've been waiting, but you cannot control the ordering. Shipping can delay, the product cannot come and whatnot. But tell yourself, what are the resources that I have here right now that I can use that can at least take me to 70%? And then whenever everything else has to order or whatnot, or you don't have the finances now to put in the order and whatnot, you're not starting back from zero, you're starting back from a solid 70. So let's say you want to order this, you want to finish a project, you want to do something, and you realizing, okay, I need to buy this, but the finances is not there to do that, but I really want to do this, you understand, to complete whatever it is that you want to do. Rather than just waiting for the right time for the money to come, because since we see it not coming, we realize it is not coming. So watch all what you need, because sometimes we have tunnel vision and we only think that there's one way to do things.
Right, it's true.
This is the only outcome. If I start it, or we tell ourselves, boy, if I start that, I might never finish that. You already been. Let's go back to the sage, guys. Don't be the negative energy against yourself.
Don't do that. Right.
So look at what you need. Write down exactly what you need, and then look at what you have right now. And chances are you are going to reach at a solid 70 or maybe even 65%, and that's so much better than starting at zero.
So start building that cart. I'm so sorry, my mind went straight into that, that purchasing site. I'm not going to say anything.
I'm not talking about Shin.
That's where my mind went straight. So start putting things in the cart. Eventually, you take it step by step. If you can buy only one of those outfits, you just buy that one outfit for now. Don't worry about the shipping cost. When you get here, you'll deal with the...
Guys, I'm not endorsing this advice.
No,
so it's not endorsed. It is not endorsed by a life coach. This is Steven's advice.
Just buy the one. Okay.
So, yeah, that endorsed by Steven, not that example. I cannot even believe all what I said then. All Steven gather is her shin cut.
Okay, please carry on.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
can do that's your homework. I'm gonna repeat that there. So I want you to take whatever task that you've been avoiding, or you figure you need the right time to do it, the right time for you to start. You need the right settings. Everything just needs to be perfect. Yeah, no, we're not doing that over here. We are being very realistic.
Be real.
Very, very realistic. So we pick that task. You can do the 80-20 rule. Like, for example, like exercise example, if you cannot commit to 5 days a week, that's fine. That's your maximum goal. You figure, boy, this is what might give you the results. But realistically, with how your work schedule is and how life is happening, you cannot commit to the 5. So rather than not doing it at all, let's do a minimum goal of 3 days a week to try to get something. Then you will see consistency is really the trick. It doesn't matter how many days you commit. Once you see you're consistent on a long-term or a short-term basis, depending on what you're actually looking for, you will see results. And consistency is getting it to right back to the next point of setting realistic goals. So you're taking into consideration anything that can possibly go wrong.
Right.
You understand? Anything that might throw you off. Also, anything that can motivate you too, because sometimes when we going through things, we have, like, let's say, our goal, well, that does motivate us to go in the gym. Let me tell you, sometimes we had a rough day at work.
Right.
That's a motivation to go to the gym because we cannot tell our boss what we want to tell our boss. So we pass our frustration out in the gym, but we get results, though.
Yes.
That's poor motivators. I am not endorsing this. However...
Yes, and that carrot, you want to get that little outfit there. Okay, never mind, move on. Yes.
After we finish this, I have to watch your phone on your shin cut. That shin cut. I have to take a look at your shin cut because no way, Steve, that is not. We're not doing that.
That's not what we're doing. Okay.
Then you have the 70%. Look at all what you have right now, and then just start. It's better to start at 50, 60, 65, 70% versus at 0. You would have made a lot of progress already. So you'll be more motivated. Yes, you might feel a type of way that, oh my God, I cannot complete it right now. But in the same, oh my God, that's the scenario of watching the glass. Either you can watch it half empty or you could watch it half full. And that is where the 70% comes in. So rather than saying, oh my God, I cannot believe I cannot even finish that right now because I don't have the finances or the situation, the circumstances.
Right.
It's now reframing your mindset to, man, I almost there. Because you really are. I'm almost there. I just need this, that to happen. And then boom. We there. We did it. We have it. So, and of course, focus on the progress, guys. If you just focus on your destination, you're not going to enjoy the journey. You have to take in everything and celebrate your small wins. And we're finally going to use Steve's shin cut scenario there and celebrating the small wins. Finally going to use it.
Okay.
So, you probably had a couple of things in your cart saving you couldn't afford to buy all, but you get to buy one. Own it. Be happy that you're able to. You understand? Maybe that's something that you've been having in your cart since the beginning of January. True. And you've been trying, you understand? And finally, the finances come where you cannot buy all, but you can buy one. Enjoy the one. If it's your nice outfit, wear your nice outfit. Go somewhere. Do something nice. Take some nice photos.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And, make sure you get value, get that value.
So, there is, taking in those tips, there is these exercises, guys, that I'm giving you all every Friday is just to make you all realize that procrastination is not the end. Procrastination cannot win. We will win. And then there's just the steps I want you to take along the way so you're no longer overwhelmed and you're going to start seeing progress. Because small makes big. And when you enjoy the journey, everything feels good. When you finally get to your destination, sometimes you reach it and you don't even realize that because you get it good all along the way. you just getting it good all along the way. Like you reach and it's like, wow, I did. It was a journey. It was hard. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I cried. I laughed. But we did it.
Mm-hmm.
We did it. We did it messy. We did it tired. We did it scared.
Mm-hmm.
But we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is how we're going to overcome our perfectionism.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And our procrastination.
And our procrastination. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So I kind of feel like you just gave your that was your ending right there, because we did that little pause.
We ended it right there. We're not
nice and sweet.
Nice and sweet. So I want you all to start because 2025 is around the corner, and I think our last wrap up is next week.
Right.
And we're going to be doing fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fear of failure with fear of commitment.
Correct.